Okay, Teresa's here from the OC Register. You know what's going on?
Huh?
What's going on?
They're kicking all the homeless people out.
They're kicking everybody out?
Yeah.
How long have everybody been out here?
A couple months.
A couple of months?
Years, some of us.
What are they saying they're kicking you out for?
Private property, it's dangerous.
Oh, okay, thanks. How you doing? This is where I was yesterday, on the other side. Have they, excuse me, have they given people any alternative where to go?
No.
No?
They're just throwing us out of here.
They're just telling you just to leave?
Yes, and
Without any...
we're not allowed to have our stuff on this side either. So pretty much if we don't find a place for all of our stuff in the next 30 minutes, they're taking it all, throwing it away.
Okay. No, I'm gonna hang around. No, this is a railroad track police because they're on unmarked cars. Anaheim police doesn't even show it on their thing if they're Anaheim or who they are, but they're on an unmarked car. Hey Sarge, how you doing there? Good to see you.
Those things.
All right. So, is there an alternative for these people to go to?
There's a ton of alternatives.
Is there a
actually.
shelter? The shelter open?
They have all been offered, and they've all refused. At least the people
Okay.
that are here.
On the shelter, the Kramer, or
We offered them not anything specific, but we offered them all kinds of different options. So I'm not just saying the Kramer or the.
what's the other? I mean, what's the
There's the Armories.
Army? That's only one night stay.
I understand that, but it doesn't matter. Their decision doesn't matter. We could offer them the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, well, they're telling me they're not getting offered any alternative.
Well, Lou, I don't know what to tell you. I can't prevent them from lying to you.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out, you know, because
It's really it's really not, because they've all been offered countless resources over a long period of time.
yeah,
Which is why they play the game of being on the railroad, pulling their stuff off the railroad. You know, I mean, the good news for us is that they can tell you whatever they want to tell you.
Yeah.
We record all of our contacts to document their refusals.
yeah.
So, which is why you ought to know by now with us.
Yeah.
We offer outreach first, a number of times, and then we come with constant, fair.
But you know, sometimes that doesn't work out for a lot of people because they don't qualify. Yeah, they don't qualify, or because they got either some kind of.
It doesn't come down to qualifying. It comes down to accepting.
Yeah.
Accepting
well, even if they
personal
accept.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Personal responsibility, not excuses of, well, I don't want to go on a Tuesday or I don't want to go on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's accepting personal responsibility.
I guess I could talk to them, see what.
Oh, you're free to do that. I just came over to say
I mean,
hi,
what's the? I mean, do you have any list of the alternatives that you're giving them to go? Maybe I could persuade them.
All they have to do is contact our city net nonprofit partners, and they'll put them in.
The city net's not doing anything.
I don't know what
they
to
have
tell
a
you.
long list to
Let
wait.
me ask you then, what is the alternative that you can provide?
I've been
that you suggest?
given alternatives, but the county and the cities don't even want to listen to
What
us.
is it?
The Judge Carter actually is looking at it as far as campgrounds, and I know
that's not probably going to happen. Lou, you know
well,
that?
it is going to
Look at
happen
how
if the judge
Look at how
actually orders
unsanitary-
it.
Look at how unsanitary
Because
this and the
it's not
riverbed is.
structured. It has never been structured.
But that's the problem. Is that half
That's the thing.
people
It has to be structured.
half the people that live in these encampments don't want structure.
They do want a campground, not a shelter where they feel imprisoned. And it's not just because of the rules and regulations. It's because they're treated like cowards.
Clean that campsite.
I mean, they spending millions on the shelter. I mean, you know that it'll be actually. I mean, all we're asking for them is to open up the spaces, because we have already the people that will help, even churches, even that will actually come together to actually structure it to where it would be more sanitary.
You own this campground?
No, the county has lots, and this is what we're asking the judge. Is actually, hopefully.
I can tell you, Lou, I just walked the riverbed, and there's tons and tons of trash, and it smells like human waste.
Because there's no structure. There's never the county said they were going to put bathrooms and showers out there. They never did.
That's not a place to live. That's private property right there.
I know, but
That's
they
not a
left.
place to live.
They left them too long there without actually doing what we said 3 years ago. I mean, because San Diego moved to that
smell
point.
You smell the human waste?
Because
I smell. You smell it?
where are you going to go if you don't have nowhere to go?
I don't know. You have to smell it, right?
This is the thing. It's health hazard, and they know it. San Diego actually did something because of the hepatitis A came on, or else they wouldn't have done crap.
But that's the people that live in the encampment. That is their fault.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's
100%.
not. It's not
100%.
100. No, it's not 100%. I'm saying that because I've been out here and I realized that the county is the county's probably 50% of fault is counties. I don't condone this.
We've had enormous success as a city, a department,
Well,
of helping people who don't want to be homeless to not be homeless.
I know that's when you capture them at the beginning of the situation.
I don't
Once
know the
you let it
I don't
go,
know the alternative of people that are offered services, whatever the heck they are,
yeah.
and deny them. I don't know how that's the fault or responsibility.
It's the fault
just
because
spitballing here.
actually
The fault or the responsibility of any other grown adult.
100% of these people I've talked to and interviewed they're not asking for much. They're just, and it's not like they want a campground to do whatever they want to.
But do you
because
think,
the
do you
city.
do you think that people that talk to you tell a different story than they tell us? I think a lot of people lie to you.
They probably lie to you more than they do to me because they
so.
have more of a sense of communication.
I don't think so. I think
they're more frightened of the police than anything
I
because
don't
of
see why we don't have any use of force complaints. We really don't even have any citizen complaints for the way we treat people.
I know you probably
We're the
don't.
Nordstroms basically of customer service.
I know that a lot of cops are good cops out there.
Yes.
I have a problem with the liaison team in Anaheim.
That's us though. We've been nothing but nice to you every time we talk to
you have, and others have, but I'm talking about some. I don't even want to mention the names, but they're still on that process because they feel that harassment takes care of the problem.
But just like you record everything, we record everything. So everything we do is recorded.
Yeah.
And to say within like the year and a half that I've been here, very proud of the fact that my guys, either the full-time guys, overtime guys, people, guys and girls within our department, a year and a half I've been doing this. I don't think we have a single citizen complaint that I'm aware of.
Well, nothing really has changed. I mean, these people, you kick them out of here, they're gonna go somewhere else, and then you're gonna have to go do the same
those are
thing
under
in
the
others.
harshest of
And I know it's not your decision because it's got to be our officials that make those decisions. And I mean, and when they're so scared about the community that votes for them and starts listening to them, and they don't have any solutions, we have at least to say, let's try
I
this.
think it's
And
lack of voice. Like you get a voice at the city council meetings almost every week.
yeah, but in a sense, it's like I don't.
It's a lack
like
of a realistic proposal by private business owners or
Yeah.
county officials to come up with something. I agree with you. We need more shelters,
Yeah.
but with more shelters, I think will come more denials of services because you
Yeah,
said it, that
I
people
think
don't
so
like-
too.
People don't like to live in shelters, so
I think that's
Shelters may not be the
is-
answer.
No, it's not the answer. But there's an alternative to shelters. I mean, I think that we live in a county that rents sky high with low wages. Is that I know of people that work.
It's not a right to
and
live in
still-
Orange County. It's not a right.
Well,
There's people that work here that can't afford to live here.
I know,
It's not a right.
and
I
it's.
feel bad for them, but
I feel-
if I can't afford, like, if I can't afford to live on beachfront property, I just don't live on beachfront
Well, it's not.
property.
It's just the whole county. There's no rent control. A lot of greedy landlords that have kicked people out just so they could raise the rent sky high.
It's called market value.
I know, but that's
See,
or
property
that
down
gonna be
here
a
in Orange
bill.
County is worth a lot of money.
I know that's the problem. I mean, we have allocated spaces or lots that are nobody wants to buy them because whether they're kind of close to the freeway or they're. I mean, that we could try
The
it.
research on this, but haven't they tried that in Ontario and they failed miserably?
Oh,
They have 2 tent cities.
because they did it like the riverbed. They just opened up the free for all.
But
But
that's why a society has laws,
Yeah.
and regulations.
oh, I know. There's
Because-
always going to be.
Because in a modern society like this, people have to live within the rules and regulations that everyone
Yeah.
agrees upon,
Yeah.
right? Or else it becomes Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you get to like have free reign and not be responsible for any of your own personal actions.
Yeah.
I'm all about offering people hope, but
Well, I mean,
hope and resources. But
we'll keep
with,
hoping.
with that hope and resources, has to come some sort of acceptance of the normal
I know.
ways of a society.
You know.
Until there's personal accountability, all the resources in the world
Yeah.
be offered, but it's doomed to failure.
Yeah. Well, you could only try, and I wish they could only say, okay.
Only 40 hours a week is all I do is try.
Well, I know you've been doing this for a long time, and it's like now is the chance for the county and says, okay, we try the same things over and over without any.
And the thing that I pride myself personally on, and very much so on the actions of my crew, is that we're open to honest conversations.
Yeah.
We're open to try anything, right? It's no longer the police department drawing a line on
Well,
the sand saying
your
"This is
hands
the way
are
we're
tied
gonna do it."
too.
I know, but you've seen, my personnel, myself, my command staff, the community meetings,
You could only.
listening to whatever whatever people have to say.
Well,
but we're also getting to the point where that's why I always say it's outreach, followed by consistent enforcement.
Well,
right? To hopefully drive people either to outreach or to conform to the laws and rules and regulations, or maybe it is that last piece of enforcement that drives them into a shelter and changes their life.
Well, it really hasn't. I mean, even the chief of police said that law enforcement, we're not going to get ourselves out of this by law enforcement because you're always going to continue doing the same thing.
There's always a barrier for a lot of people. There's always a barrier, no matter what the resource that's offered. And that's the frustrating
Okay. So do you have anything on resources that I could probably, I know the shelters would be something, but I know they're not going to, you said mental.
They've all been offered
Okay.
Like, they're well aware of what we can and can't do for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have enough shelters to house everybody? Probably
No.
not. The county doesn't have enough rooms. Just,
No.
I mean, with their voucher program that they're doing, people are at least hopefully getting the mental health care and behavioral care that they want and need.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how long the county's going to be able to.
So that lot's part of Anaheim? There, or the railroad track is?
Where the fence is, that's where Anaheim stops. So we're out here with the Union Pacific.
Union
police
Pacific, okay.
assisting them. So.
All right. Okay, well, it's nice talking to you. All right,
I will
take
see you
care.
at the next one, buddy.
All right. Well, let's keep hoping.
All right.
Okay, this is really noble. People's Media.